to be members of ISIS were picked up in Istanbul. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup.
It's time now for Wham! Talk 1600's Community Calendar with Brandon Drake.
The Yankee Air Museum has launched its registration website and is recruiting women from the entire region to reclaim the Guinness World Record for largest gathering of Rosie the Riveters. This massive event is slated for Saturday, October 14th, and will be held at Eastern Michigan University's Convocation Center, 799 North Hewitt Road in Ypsilanti. The event opens at 9 a.m., but participants can arrive as late as 11 a.m. to be part of the gathering. The museum is hosting the event to celebrate women in the workforce and to inspire youthful generations with the We Can Do It spirit that was so prevalent in Michigan, the crucible of the arsenal of democracy during World War II. There is no cost to attend this event, and doors will open at 9 a.m. In order to be counted in the World Record Gathering, participants are asked to arrive no later than 11 a.m. Women of all ages are encouraged to attend. Participants must register for the activity at yankeeairmuseum.org. Join Forever Families for an evening to celebrate 20 years of giving children families forever. Since 1997, Forever Families has been committed to providing nurturing, loving homes for children in need. Guests are invited to celebrate this milestone while strengthening the agency's mission to help children in the community. Guests will enjoy a cocktail reception, delicious buffet dinner, silent auction, great music, and dancing. Cocktail attire. All proceeds from the event support Forever Families' mission and continuous commitment to provide education, preparation, and support to ensure safe, loving, permanent homes for children in need. For more information, visit forever-families.org.
You've been listening to the Wham! Community Calendar. To have your event publicized, email community@whamradio.com.
The views, opinions, and content of this broadcast do not necessarily reflect those of this station or its management.
Wham! Talk 1600. You're catching the drift. Conservative talk. Intelligent conversations on local, state, and national issues with Gary Wellings, chief editor of the Current newspaper and Current Online. Join in the conversation at 734-822-1600. And now, your host, Gary Wellings.
You got it? Hey, good afternoon, and welcome to The Drift. We're on the air.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
I pointed at you.
Technical difficulties, folks. Technical difficulties.
Jacked up some. All right, well, welcome. Thanks for tuning in to catch our drift here at Wham! Talk 1600.
Want to start
over? It's going to be one of those days. We're not starting over. It's going to be one of those days.
It's so funny. I'm the operations guy, but I can't remember the password for that room because I haven't worked in that room since Ted was alive.
Oh, dear me.
You're aging all of us, Dan. That's what's happening. Well, what we do on the drift every Saturday is go over the news.
You need to know.
Yes.
You did that different, too. You guys throw me off all show?
The whole show is going to be completely
wrong.
At this point.
I'm here. It's going to be all wrong.
Okay, we got a scapegoat. That's great. That's a start.
Dan. All right. Well, Ipsy Ed Bonderenka joining me in studio, and we've got a ton of stuff to talk about. And, of course, Your views matter. 734-822-1600. You want to call in with your opinions on any of the subjects that we've got to talk about or that you want to talk about. Please, it's your show as well as ours, so feel free to call in. 734-822-1600.
And we have the 7-second button.
Yeah. Great. Well, I'm going to take care of our sponsor first. If you're looking to have hearing problems fixed, or if you don't know that you have a hearing problem, call the Hearing Clinic, 810-225-2205. Amy Arnold.
You need to say that louder.
You know what it is? It's this microphone, which is the
it's
absolute
a joke,
word.
Gary. It's a joke.
Will you guys stop
he didn't get
already?
Rick's joke either.
You guys are killing me, man. You're throwing me all off.
Oh, yeah, it's like the dirt.
All right. How about I just go home? At this point? All right, 810-225-2205. Stop! You're killing me, man. I'm not going to be able to get through this.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls. 810-225-2205 is the Brighton office. There's also an office in Farmington. And Amy is a great lady. She'll help you out. You get some complimentary hearing tests and some other stuff. So if you're getting a little older, like Ed and I,
hey,
you might want to go get your hearing checked and see if you might need hearing aids. I think, and I might.
I know I do. You stand next to the drummer, and your amp is on your other side of you for a few years. You're just lost.
Oh yeah, I same. You and Theron probably both are doing a little hearing loss. So
I'm finding it hard to hear the collision avoidance voice in my car anymore. But she keeps telling me I need to get hearing.
There you go. See?
That'd be Sherry.
All right, 810-225-2205. That's the Hearing Clinic. Make sure you give them a call. All right, so if you missed the show live, you can catch it at talkamericaradio.us Saturday and Sunday evenings.
What about Spreaker?
You can also catch it on Spreaker and SoundCloud and YouTube. And, of course, it's always archived at thedailydrift.com.
It's on YouTube? I didn't comb my hair.
There's no video. We have the faces for radio, Dan.
We can't get monetized on YouTube because of their new policy, so why bother?
We could, maybe.
Well, a lot of people are losing their monetization because of their conservative views. This is hate speech.
Yeah, well,
I never figured out how to monetize anyway. I mean, people will watch me playing the bass. I'm not making any money on it.
Have you done it naked yet? I bet you'd make a lot of money.
Not looking like me.
When they start posting ads on your video, you're going to get monetized. That's when you know you've made the big time.
How do you do that? Do you have to ask YouTube to monetize you?
I think you get to a point and they just start doing it.
Oh, yeah.
How do they know where to send the cash?
I don't know. I'm sure they have to come.
There's an email associated with your YouTube account. They'll find you.
I've never had more than, a couple hundred views on anything, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways.
Yep. Now, my cat got like 500 views.
Well, there you go. That should have been monetized, dude. You should have been able to
Maybe
get
that's
something.
why the cat took off to Barcelona.
keep
I'm not going to get through
it
this show. All right. Well, so the first thing, let's just do some updates of news, shall we? Because before we get into the DACA thing, because I know everybody's going to want to call in and talk DACA, and I know everybody's mad at Trump and blah blah blah. We'll get into that, but 3 terror attacks, right? We had London yesterday, but what probably that overshadowed was the 2 in Paris. A soldier was stabbed in Paris by an Islamic radical, and then a mother and child were also stabbed.
I thought the soldier was a hammer attack, but maybe
yeah, you're right. No,
Okay.
it was the mother and daughter were the hammer, and the soldier was stabbed.
Got
Yeah. How pathetic is it that we're actually talking about this many, and we're confusing the method of attack?
And the mayor of London, a while back, if you remember, during the last big bombing, said, "Oh, you just got to get used to it. This is, Europe today. You just got to get used to it."
Yeah.
And now in this one, he's saying, "This is outrageous. We can't stand for this." I'm surprised he didn't give out we're just going to get used to it, which appears what we're supposed to do. Just it's going to happen because they're not changing their policies.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Europe is lost in my book. I hope they can pull their fans out of the fire because frankly, I don't know that they should be counting on us to come save them this time. We've done 2. Don't really want to go back and do a 3rd one. You know what I mean? So, Europe, you better get your...
Poland, Czechoslovakia, Eastern Europe is resisting, and they seem to be doing it successfully so far, but they're going to have to do an exit from the EU if they're going to keep that up.
Well, yeah, and then you're surrounded by Europe-stan, right? I mean, that's what it comes down to. People better wake up. I mean, it's just a matter of lifestyle. I'm not saying all Muslims are bad or anything like that, but there's certainly a cultural difference, and unless your culture is surviving, it's a problem.
There's good culture, there's bad culture. All cultures are not equal.
That is correct. Okay, so and then missile launch was another biggie, right? Missile launch
that's
action.
getting boring. What, again?
Again? Well, here's what's driving me crazy about this. Japan made such a big... aren't you violating Japanese airspace, or is it so far over the atmosphere that it doesn't count? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there had to be a violation of Japanese airspace both times now. And they're talking about one of the articles I read. I didn't put this one on the Daily Drift. Most of them you can find. But this one was stating that they are literally training the people of Japan to seek cover quickly.
Yeah, there were alarms going off on this last one. I saw a video on TV of the sirens going off, people told to take cover.
Yeah, I mean...
Now, you know what? Anytime somebody does something where you have to warn your populace to take cover because of the result of it, that is virtually an act of war. Yeah,
and you know what? Even though the Japanese have not had, they've had a defense force, but no standing army for years, I got to believe they are technologically as proficient as anybody can be. Maybe not as good as us because we haven't given it to them yet. But I'm betting that in a war between Japan and North Korea, you know who's going to win that one, right?
Their defense forces are rather offensive. Can be offensive. Let's put it that way. They don't offend me.
Yeah,
we
doubt.
have a lot of direct cooperation between our military and theirs, and we're actually, it's on the brink of giving them nukes. Not that that's going to help much in that area of influence, because if they nuke North Korea, it's all drifts back to them.
Yeah. And, well, that's obviously a big concern, and we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Is this guy just absolutely crazy? What is his end game? I can't believe he's just a psychopath. Right?
I really can. There's nothing else that explains it. It's like I think he's in this odd position of being forced to do what he's doing, or he loses his grip on the society, and then his whole regime comes tumbling down. It's like he's being forced by past activity to keep pushing this limit of self-destruction because there's no going back for him.
Yeah, but here's what astounds me. Thinking of Korea, that this young man, he's still a young man, probably, I don't know how old, 20s, late 20s still, surrounded by very powerful generals, and does he keep them so divided amongst themselves that they can't just say, we're done with you, and cut him off at the
Anybody
knees?
can have his own brother killed, can have and he has had generals taken out.
Yeah, I guess. It's just amazing. Well, why don't we run into a break, Dan? And when we come back, we're going to talk about the riots in St. Louis, and then we'll get into DACA after that. And if you got a phone, something you want to call in, 734-822-1600, and we'll see you on the other side of the break.
You're listening to The Drift on WAAM. Wham Radio.
Get ready to roll. It's Firekeepers Bankroll Giveaway, Saturday, September 30th. 13 winners will share up to $170,000 in cash and prizes, with a guaranteed grand prize of $25,000 cash and a chance to roll your way to $50K. Every 2 hours starting at 2 p.m., 3 players will each win $5,000 in Red Hot credits, then roll to win even more, up to $5,000 cash. And at 10 p.m., it's the grand prize, $25,000 cash guaranteed, with a chance to win an additional $25,000. Earn entries every day for the bankroll giveaway on September 30th. That's excitement you can bank on. Firekeepers, the best promotions, the biggest guaranteed prizes. Get ready, get set, get your Vegas on. I-94 to exit 104 in Battle Creek. Firekeeperscasino.com. Management reserves all rights.
Do you know who you're letting into your home? You can trust Rourke Plumbing to take care of your family and your home as they would their own. Rourke Plumbers are expertly trained, professional, courteous, and ready to serve you. They stand behind their work with a 2-year guarantee on all repairs. The mission at Rourke Plumbing and Piping Service is to provide a trusting relationship with clients by taking care of the problem promptly, professionally, respectfully, and neatly.
I'm Linda Hughes, General Manager of Wham Radio, and recently we decided to put our money where our advertisers are and called Rourke Plumbing when we had a problem at home. Not only were they indeed the cleanest, neatest plumbers in town, and yes, they were wearing the little booties, they also were extremely knowledgeable and professional. They knew exactly what the issue was and how to fix it. They got a tough job done fast and done right, and we were back to normal with very little downtime. I very confidently recommend